I got into this business because I love kids. That's why I get up every morning, is to pour into kids and make an environment where they can be successful. There are vendors, and then there are strategic partners. And Engage to Learn is a strategic partner for Abilene ISD.
The experience with coaching, for me, has been one of the most tangible things we've done throughout the year in terms of seeing the success on a daily basis.
From the get-go, we have designed an implementation to help teachers improve their craft.
I liked knowing where all of this is coming from. So knowing the best practices that Engage to Learn is working through and seeing that in different light on different campuses. I know how my teachers are responding to it and what they're implementing in their classroom, but the same best practices on different campuses are done differently, and so that was neat to see. I took a lot of pictures today and shared it with some of my teachers of, I know my teacher's working on this goal, and here it is in a different way.
It's been a very powerful partnership.
It has been really encouraging to see that there are so many students that are getting this very engaging and dynamic learning experience. We have so many hardworking teachers across the district, and for every single one of the classrooms that we visited today, you can tell they've spent hours developing resources and lessons that are targeted to their students specifically.
My principal and instructional coordinator came in today, and there are things that they just haven't gotten to see. I think it's beneficial for principals and instructional coordinators and assistant principals to get to see what other campuses are doing, but also to get to see their own kids doing cool stuff.
We never saw any discipline issues, and maybe as a campus administrator, I'm looking for a student who might be their challenging one in that classroom, but since the learning is so targeted to them, every single student was engaged and learning.
I love the empowerment that I've seen in my teachers. I'm excited about the transformations that have happened this year and what is to come.
So we should all have a plan for growth, right? While I'm very pleased with what I've seen, I know that we're always going to have to train up new instructional coordinators, new principals, and things like that. And so we're going to have to keep that infrastructure growing. We're going to need that partnership going forward to help us continue to do that.
This has given us such a ground to run on and given us those tools. I can only imagine what our campus is going to look like after going through this.
I've loved watching my teachers go through this process, but to know it's happening in our district, I think it's a great opportunity.
What do you often need to help you grow in the very best, most efficient way? You need a good coach. I was a secondary math teacher, taught middle school and high school, and I know that sometimes there is resistance at the secondary level where it's more about content than it is about instruction, and that just doesn't have to be true. And I think that that's what we've seen with some of these coaching examples.
Since I've started using E2L in my classroom, I don't think I could ever go back. I can't imagine just standing up at the front of the room again and just boring them.
So often in education we get caught up in that's the way we've always done it. Well, this kind of takes some people out of their comfort zone, makes them try new things, and it may just be this one little piece today, and I'm going to build on that, and I see some incremental success, and I think, okay, well, maybe I can take this next step. And that's where the conversation with the coach is so important, and so I'm excited about the impact that that will have for years to come.
I'm sorry. It's just so different now, and it's just so good. I'm seeing kids who they've never tried and they're trying, and they're always behind, and they're made fun of and they're laughed at, and now they're finally getting what they need. I feel like it's giving these kids a chance at a future.
And for me, it's also building that culture you want to build on a campus as a principal, where you see adult learning turn into student achievement. And Engage to Learn has brought us to that point.
They're mastering a lot more. I had one kid, he was so excited. Miss Malcolm, I'm finally getting adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators, because that's where he's still at. Every single day, I got probably half my class leveling up and getting to go to the next station.
In the must do, can do, our rubrics, now we have things that we must do that are like finding angles, like drawing them. Then we have can do's like flip grids, like to tell about like different, like sometimes shapes, angles.
It let me see how things were going at other middle schools. And so I've been working towards, let's make stations, let's make groups, let's make them based on where they truly are in your lessons. I was able to see it can be done in 7th grade English, it can be done in 7th grade math.
We have seen that culture change take hold, and we hope to continue that going forward.
So I'm excited about where we can continue to go. It's been a blessing for the last 2 years in Abilene ISD. The future is bright as well.